E for MarketWizard.com and eMiniWizard.com, reminding traders to use risk capital you can afford to lose. Coming up on the end of the IB, we said possibility of the gap fill 97.5. For now, we're using obviously yesterday's high as resistance. This is a neckline we put on earlier. Stops down as we approach 97.5 is the gap. We've already got the convenient trade for the half gap. We thought we elected to play backward just because we like buying support. Doesn't mean you buy highs. I said I thought this would be a double top-ish, and we may need some time to develop a little bit better odds for the long side. So don't be too aggressive near the highs. Convenient trade was come backwards, try for a half gap. Anybody was buying aggressively ahead of the gap, understand that's still a pretty aggressive trade after all the distance we've come. We want to remind ourselves of last week's high over here. So we really haven't spent any time up there. And resistance, top of this box. Gap right just below us, about a point below us. And support back here at the bottom of this box. That's the way I'm viewing the range right now. Important support, middle, and the resistance. That's the current range that I think is important. If we take out this 8, then the 12.5 is our next resistance. I've also suggested that I think this 92 is support until broken. If you have played and got a little good luck, I guess, from Powell doing his thing, but it's still inconclusive. I'm not thinking about this as a crash type move or we're calling a top. We're not doing anything of the kind. We're simply range trading for now. This should be our gap just below us. And I've identified this as an important level at 96.25. This is a squeeze pivot right here. If you got a little something during IB, make sure you get paid. And got a little bit more volatility kicked up when Powell started to talk. It looked like everybody was waiting to hear what he had to say. We have shaken out both ends of the news bar. Took out the high, took out the low. Still range. Exactly, James. Zeke always said, one-legged stool with termites. Anybody that is buying ahead of the gap, aggressive trade, we said we're using the notion of the gap as supportive. And yesterday's high resistance and play the range. And time and price, good idea coming in towards the gap to make sure you get something. Angels and demons. Got just below us, 96. 97 area is going to be our angel. I've got 97 and a quarter. And we've got 5.5 as our demon. Clearly, you can see the range trade. Yesterday's 93.75, all important. Because we identified that as a double, and we said as long as that's intact, that's going to be supportive. Convenient trade, short side for half gap and gap was the call. If you made a few bucks on that, great.